morning. Good morning to those of you in our Zoom room gallery. We are getting ready to begin the service. Please take a moment to go to the microphone icon on your Zoom screen and click mute. Just a reminder, we are streaming live to Facebook. To prevent receiving a low signal, or if you prefer not to be shown on the screen during the live feed, we ask at this time that you turn off your camera. To do so, click on the video icon in Zoom and follow the directions on your device. Thank you so much. Let's take a moment of silence. And if you feel comfortable to close your eyes, we rest, dear God, we rest in an awareness of your presence. We are confident that your guiding, prospering presence is at work in every area of our lives and in every area of the world. Healing, wholeness, safety, the right of all to feel protected and secure. We hold this truth, letting go of any doubts and open our hearts to the abundance we know is coming to us and through us. And we hold all elected officials throughout the world in the highest and best outcomes and decisions for all. And we are grateful. In compassion and in wisdom, so be it, so it is. Amen. Let's just take a moment to say the children's blessings. We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. Good morning. I am Sandra Blanchard, your worship assistant and prayer chaplain for today. On behalf of Unity in the Olympics, located in Port Angeles, Washington, I welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. We are closed at this time. Our building is closed to gatherings, yet our hearts and minds remain open to share love and light with you always. We welcome you wherever you are, and thank you for joining us for our virtual service on Facebook and on YouTube. Let us honor the silence for a brief moment as we center into the truth of our being. Join with me now as we recite together our declaration of faith, the fundamental principle of the unity movement, as well as unity in the Olympics. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Let's take a deep breath and take this in a little deeper and say it with me one more time. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. The Daily Word is a bi-monthly publication by Unity. It offers inspiration and practical teachings through daily prayer messages to help people of all faiths live healthy, prosperous, and meaningful lives. The magazine includes daily affirmations, scripture, prayer messages, articles, spiritual poetry, and more. The Daily Word is a wonderful way to start any day. Today's daily word for Sunday is oneness. I am divine, that they may all be one.
Calling you.
Father, and the affirmation is I am divine. Over the years, I have learned there is a spark of divinity within me and within all people. This divine spark binds us as members of one family and deepens our awareness of God. Today, my understanding of my
what you want me to call him? Hey, Bundy.
Today, my understanding of my divinity expands.
No, I'm just.
My divine nature is so much more than a spark. It is my essence, who I truly am. I realize I don't have to rely on anything outside myself for love, comfort, and guidance. Everything I could ever need from God is already mine and is expressing as me. My realization of oneness extends to all people, whom I now see as fellow divine beings. Freed from an illusion of separation, I am aware of the divine presence within, everywhere, expressing through everyone. We are divine, that they may all be one, as you, Father, are in one, and I am in you. May they also be in us. John 17:21. Let us repeat today's affirmation. I am divine.
After you.
Peace I ask of thee, O river. Peace, peace, peace. When I learn to live serenely, cares will cease. From the hills I gather courage, visions of the day to be, strength to lead and faith to follow, all are given unto me. Peace I ask of thee, O river. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I ask of thee, O river. Peace, peace, peace.
Beautiful. Thank you, ME. Today, our guest speaker is ME Bartholomew. ME will be bringing us the lesson, After Pursuing, Allowing. Join ME Bartholomew as we move forward after putting forth diligent effort in pursuing our dreams through the practice of allowing. Allowing is a gentle way of reminding our human nature that inner peace is always with us, that divine order and unlimited guidance is always available. So what can we do to aid in the process of allowing the presence to bring us to that place of peace, to that place of ease and grace? ME's talk will bring forward insight on inner peace as a pathway to an expanded peace in our life, our community, our world. ME's message will be bookended by song and centering meditation. Mary Ellen, ME Bartholomew, has been an active member of the Wisdom Council of the Interfaith community until the past 9 months of COVID. She has taken a step back to be completely present with her husband, caring for him full-time and enjoying his continued presence in her life. She hosts the Sequim Center for Spiritual Living on Zoom and directs the music, A Whole New Challenge, on Zoom. She hones her public speaking skills and thoroughly enjoys the experience with Skwim Toastmasters. She has a 1-year-old grandson in San Francisco that she gratefully FaceTimes with on a daily basis. Ah, the miracle of new life. She will also be facilitating a book read group at Unity for the Interfaith Book read again this year. If we are still Zooming, which seems probable, she hopes you will enjoy the Zoom ride with her. Welcome, ME.
Yay! Thank you, Sandra, for that wonderful introduction.
We're welcome.
And also say hello to all my Yiddish friends, because obviously I can't see who's here, but I am glad to be here and thank you for inviting me again. I just want to let you know that Dwight, my husband, who I spoke about the last time I was here, is doing very well. He stays at home and we're just getting through this together easily and thankfully. Okay, originally I had planned to talk, and my name of my talk was After Pursuing, Allowing, which is wonderful idea. There's lots of depth to that, except I realize I left something out. Something that has been hitting me on the head lately, saying, listen, listen. Funny how that is, we have to listen. And what I've been hearing is that an important part of this is making space. So what does that mean, making space? Well, I first started hearing about this when I was doing my training as an Eden Energy Medicine practitioner. It was the 3rd year of my training when we do our clinical practicum. And the instructor was demoing what she does with every new client that comes in her door. And it was something I had never seen before. She called it making space. And I thought, if this is so important that you do it with every client when they come in, how come we haven't heard of it before? This doesn't make sense to me. Well, looking back at it, I think I probably had heard it before, but I probably wasn't ready to hear it. And at this point, it really made an impact on me. And the way she did that to make space was started with the person's foot and did a very thorough workout with the person's feet. And she explained that as she was doing this, she was pulling off all the old energy and allowing space, making space for energy to move in this person's body. Wow, what a lesson that was. Then later, just this year, I listened to Terry Barrett give her little talk about choosing a word for her year. And she said she had to make space for her new word. And I'm going, oh, I wonder if that's the same thing. Do you have to clear out old energy or old stuff and make space for that word? I'm going, well, I guess I need to think about this. And then our minister at the Center for Spiritual Living in Skwim was talking, she was doing her year-end speech talk. And she mentioned 3 things that you need to do to make space for spirit within. In order for spirit to move through you, there were things that you needed to release. For instance, banishing all fear and doubt. Well, when I think in an energy way, when you have fear, you get really tense. That tenseness causes the energy to freeze and it won't move freely through your body. Well, the same is true of spirit. If you're feeling fearful and you're all tensed up, you don't have any space for spirit to enter. And doubt will do the same thing. Then she mentioned releasing limitations. Releasing limitations, what does that mean? Well, to me, it means this little phrase that I learned quite a while ago about limiting beliefs. And when we have limiting beliefs about ourselves, what that does is prevent us from change, prevent us from learning something new, prevent us from allowing spirit to move through us. An example for myself, I realized that I had this belief about my singing ability, that I wasn't good enough to record, that I wasn't good enough singer to put myself out there and sing for weddings or whatever. Then COVID hit and we had to change, all of us had to change how we relate to the world. And I started recording my voice, recording my songs and putting them on our service through Zoom. Changed my entire belief about myself. It just chopped away at that limiting belief I had that I wasn't good enough. Then she also talked about abstaining from negative thinking. You know, that little voice that says inside, Mary Ellen, what'd you do that for? That was stupid. Once again, that is something that will tense you up and prevent you from allowing spirit to move freely, from allowing you to pursue your own inner purpose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lead you through a meditation. This is a meditation from a guy by the name of David Alt, and he is a writer, singer, composer, songwriter extraordinaire. He wrote a book called The Grass is Greener Right Here. And in that book, he used this meditation. And the meditation has you, when you breathe in, you say, I allow, or you think, I allow. And when you breathe out, you say, I release all resistance. So before we start this meditation, what I'd like you to do is to think about your own life and find something that's a limiting belief or a fear that you have that's preventing you from moving forward, from coming through change. For myself, I'm going to use my belief about my singing, okay? So when we get to that part, then I will instruct you to release your breath and think, I release all resistance to whatever it is that you are thinking, whatever is your issue. So let's take about 30 seconds to think about that. Okay, let's start our meditation. We're going to start. I'm going to ask you to sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor, if you can. If not, then imagine that your feet are flat on the floor. And then let your hands rest in your lap. And just breathe naturally. And as we start, what I'd like you to do is imagine that you are standing outside and it's early morning, it's like an hour after sunrise, and your feet are in the grass and you're barefoot. And the grass is wet with dew. And as you stand there, the energy of the earth starts to move up into your feet. And it just sort of swirls around in your feet. Feels really lovely. And then it moves up, creeps up into your ankles and swirls around your ankles. It just warms them up and makes them feel really sweet. And then it climbs up into your calves. And it just swirls around. And then it comes up into your knees. And as it's swirling around in your knees, it's making these little figure eights that move all around your knees. All right. And then it starts to move up into your thighs. And from there, it gradually ascends into your hips. And once again, it's doing these little figure eights. It's running around in your hips and in your pelvis and your abdomen. And then it starts swirling around your spine and moving up into your solar plexus. Feels so lovely and warm. It moves up into your heart center and up into your shoulders. And when it hits your shoulders go, ah, and just relax and allow that energy to move through you, up into your throat, your neck, and let all that tension in your neck release. And then into your jaw. Your jaw just goes flop. And that energy moves around in your head and in your cranium. And then I'd like you to take your hands and place them on either side of your head. Not on your head, but on either side. And then as that energy moves up, it just shoots up into the universe. And take your hands up with it, and there it goes. And now bring your hands back down to your chest and hold them right on your heart center. And now we're going to start the breathing. So what I want you to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath into our nose. And as we do that, we will think, I allow. And then as we breathe out, we're going to think, I release all resistance. And then you will add your, whatever it is to that, whatever your resistance is. So let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose. Thinking, I allow. And hold that breath and just let it simmer in there. And then breathe out, blow it out through your mouth, saying, I release all resistance. Breathe in through your nose again. Let it fill up your chest and your abdomen and your tummy. Think, I allow. And then as you breathe out, once again, blow it out through your mouth and think, I release all resistance. Breathe in through your nose again. And out through your mouth. Let's do a couple more breaths at your own rate of speed. And now, I'd like you to just let your hands drop down to your lap. And then open your eyes and come back to where you were. I'd like you to now think about how you feel. I know I feel more space. I feel peace. Maybe even some serenity. When I started looking at doing this talk, I wanted to know what the word peace meant, because I have these different, I think I had a very childish view of the word peace. And so I looked it up in the dictionary. It's amazing what you can find in the dictionary. My idea of peace was no war, no fighting anywhere. Well, that's kind of limited, especially when you think about inner peace. So here's what the dictionary said: freedom from civil clamor or confusion, a state of public quiet, a state of security or order, like as in keeping the peace, eternal repose. I wasn't thinking of that one. Harmony in human relations, a mutual concord between governments. I think that was the one I had in mind. But inner peace, here it is, a mental or spiritual state marked by freedom from disquieting or oppressive thoughts, calmness of mind or spirit, serenity of spirit, tranquility. I love that word, tranquility. But now that we have created more space, what do we do with it? Well, you know, nature abhors a vacuum. So if you don't do anything with it, it's going to fill up again with all those things that were bugging you in the first place. You've got to find something that fills you spiritually. And for me, that's asking for answers. For instance, what is my purpose? For years now, I've known that my inner purpose or my life purpose is forgiveness of self. That wasn't what I thought I was asking for when I asked for what my purpose was. I thought it was going to be some grandiose thing, you know, like I go out and sing for the world, or I, you know, work in Africa, or, you know, any of those things. No. That's too complex. I'm just supposed to concentrate on forgiveness of self. I also know that an added part of my purpose is sending love out to the world. Neither one of those are very active. I wanted to be told and given a list of things that I'm supposed to work on, and you know, I wanted something definite, but that isn't what I heard. And I have always felt like I had no impact on the world. You know, I voted in every presidential election, and the person I voted for never won until Obama. I felt totally unheard. Like, well, what good is that? You know? Well, I have a little story to tell you that will change how you think about what you do in the world. It's a story about a woman named Bev Taylor, a girl really, because we were in junior high and high school. And Bev was the daughter of people who belonged to a religious sect. And they wore long, shapeless cotton dresses, ugly. They were never allowed to cut their hair. They were never allowed to wear makeup. They could not sing or play instruments or dance. They were very isolated. Fast forward about 12 years, and I'm at my 10-year high school reunion. And I see this woman walking towards me, and she's beautiful. And I'm going, gosh, I don't know her. And she came up to me and she said, "Hi, Mary Ellen." And I said, "Oh gosh, I'm sorry. You know, I don't remember you." And she said, "Oh, well, no one does." And looked at her name tag, and her name was not a name I recognized, but underneath it was the name that you had in high school, and it was Beth Taylor. And I looked at her and I said, "Oh my God, Beth, you have changed so much." And she said, "I know." She was wearing white jeans. And if you're a woman, you know, white jeans can be flattering or not flattering. They looked wonderful on her. And she was wearing a beautiful top. She had lovely red hair, curly down to her shoulders, makeup. She looked perfect. And she said to me, "Mary Ellen, I came all this way to see you." And I said, "Why? You know, we were never close." And she said, "No, but you were the only one who ever smiled at me. You were the only one who was kind." And it was all I could do to not cry at that moment, because I hadn't done anything special. I was just myself. But I smiled at everybody. And I felt so inadequate that I had not recognized her need to be seen and heard. But I really appreciate she gave me a great gift when she told me that, because it let me see that we never know what our impact will be on others. And the only choice we have is to be kind, to smile, to help, to let people know that they are being seen. So that's my life purpose. And when I do an exercise like what we just did, the meditation, and I have that space, I call in that purpose, because it's so easy to forget. The moment that you walk out and get in your car and somebody cuts you off and you think, "Ah," that's when you forget. So it's really hard to hang on to these things. And that's why we do these meditations daily. This is why we ask, what is our purpose? More than once, because sometimes something isn't ours to do. So I'd like to leave you with the thought that yes, we do pursue wonderful things in this world, and we have to make space for them, and we have to allow God's presence in our life. And the best way to accomplish that is make space and then invite Spirit in. Thank you.
Thank you, ME. Thank you for that inspiring thought and moving meditation. Heartfelt. Know that we love you and we bless you and we truly appreciate you for the way you are, and we look forward to exploring more with you in our virtual fellowship garden after the service. The link will be available in the comments section to connect following the service. Emmy, I heard you will be the Zoom master for the Thursday community book read and discussion at 2 p.m. with Reverend Donna Little. Would you and Donna like to share a little bit about the community reading?
Oh, certainly.
Was that scripted or what?
The book read is something that we have done. The Interfaith of Clown County has sponsored it for the last 4 years. So this will be our 5th book read.
Yes.
And we encourage anyone who is interested to get in touch with the Interfaith. There's a link on our screen that you can go to and sign up for the book read. Donna and I will be hosting the one at 2 p.m. on Thursdays. There's also one at 2 p.m. on Mondays, I believe, that is hosted by Tim West, Sandra Blanchard, and Margaret Denston.
Yeah.
So there's lots of opportunities. There's others. If you can't make one of those, there's one that's on a Sunday. So they're listed there so you can find one that will work for you. Donna, you want to share something about what we're going to do?
Well,
Okay, here.
We can't hear you.
okay, well then I won't. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay, I'm not in the front here. So we are going to be reading a book called Braiding Sweetgrass, and it's written by an indigenous woman. And she talks about her relationship with the earth, with forests and grass and plants and animals. And I haven't gotten very far in the book, but people that have talked about it have said that it just really touches them in a way that gives them words to describe those feelings that they've never had words for before. So I'm very excited about it. We have space in our session on Thursday at 2. And so if you have any questions, give us a call or call the Interfaith group. They prefer that you come in and register at the internet, the Interfaith site. Send an email to Marilyn Esch here. Can you roll that up the screen, Tim?
No.
Okay, fine. We have it in, we have it, and we'll have it in our newsletter. Or we
But
can,
it's also clipped into the Facebook feed, I believe.
Oh, good. Okay.
okay, all right, excellent.
It was set up a while ago, so I don't know what it really said at that point.
Okay,
But
all
it's in there. You'll be able to find it somewhere. It's a nice mystery path, but it's there.
well, have
I
that
like
knowing,
that.
have that knowing that you will find it easily.
You will.
And it will show up for you.
For sure. And if not, there is a message me button in our Facebook feed, so
Yeah,
you can click on that.
yeah. So I look forward to this. It'll be about 8 weeks, and the sessions will be about an hour and a half. So we'll have discussions and activities that we'll be doing throughout, and I think it'll be fun.
Awesome.
And I'm so glad that ME is working with me.
So am I.
All right.
Donna and I used to go to lunch all the time, and we don't get to do that anymore. So
We
this
don't
will be
get
great.
Can you see I have you guys separated by at least 12 miles? Isn't that the
12 miles, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That's
Say it very
more than 6 feet, right? That's more than 6 feet, right?
Right. We're getting ready to roll out the music in the parking lot.
Ah,
All right.
okay. Thanks a lot.
Well, thanks for joining us. I think we're back here.
Please join me in saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Okay. Am I up?
You are.
Ah.
You can't see it, it's really big print in the bottom left-hand corner. Or the bottom.
Okay. I wrote this song for this purpose because I was looking for a song and nothing really suited me. And it just came to me, you know how those things happen. And so this is the first time I've done this, is actually wrote a song and sang it in church. So. Look deep to find your purpose. Look deep to see yourself. Look deep to be forgiven. Look deep to find inner peace. So now I'd like you to sing with me. It's not hard. Look deep to find your purpose. Look deep to see yourself. Look deep to be forgiven. Look deep to find inner peace. It seems there is hate all around us. If hate is what you seek, that's what you'll find. But the inner core of everyone contains a seed of love. Look for love, and of course that's what you'll find. Look deep to find your purpose. Look deep to see yourself. Look deep to be forgiven. Look deep to find inner peace. I've been searching all my life to find purpose. It's unclear what that purpose is to be, but the inner core of everyone contains a seed of love. Perhaps all I need is to look inside. Look deep to find your purpose. Look deep to see yourself. Look deep to be forgiven. Look deep to find inner peace.
Thank you, ME. That was beautiful. And it was easy to sing with you. So nice. So now is the time to thank you in advance for sharing your tithes, gifts, and offerings with us this week. Let us take a moment to hold the thought of your gift in mind and join me in blessing our gifts together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love. Please send your gift by mail to 2917 East Myrtle Street, Port Angeles, Washington, 98362. Or go to our website at www.unityintheolympics.org and click on the yellow donate button to tithe by credit card or PayPal. Now is the time for our closing circle. Using your imagination, join us in our closing circle. We gather here, holding hands and standing close because we are safe in the powerful, sacred space of divine mind. Hold in mind the loving thought of a friend or a loved one. See them in the presence, feel them, behold them as whole, perfect and complete as we begin to live. James Dillett Freeman's prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. The health of God flows through us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is truly well. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you soon. Divine love prevails. Divine love prevails. Divine love prevails.